salute 1090J. Put all these fuck niggas out there. I got shit to do. I have people to take care of. That's why I salute 1090J.
What it do, YouTube? It's Coffee. Back at it with some more news. Tapping in with another one, man. Hit them buttons. Hit them comments. Let's talk. But 1090J, I didn't even peep this. This is wild turn of events, right? He gets a big shout out from Kodak Black. Keep doing what you're doing. Put these fluck dudes on blast. You know, exposing what's really going down when it comes to the paperwork parties and all that, right? And then Kodak ended up doing that track with 6IX9INE, which has been a very controversial topic in the blogosphere. You know, once again, comment and let me know what y'all think about that. Kodak got the bag. You know, that's what he's telling everyone. Like, yo, we ain't hitting a lick together. It's a feature. I got to get to that bag. I got it. And I did 6IX9INE on the track. You know, he had some slick bars aimed at him. And then 1090J continues to be all in the news cycle, you know, as his platform continues to grow to epic proportions. You know, like he's a 6-figure felon. But actually, that's like the old tagline. He's actually bigger than that now, as we saw when that revenue got leaked. Well, not leaked. He put a quick shot out there when he was exposing one of the other dude from QC. CEO Jake 2, QC Music 0, right? He made 1 point something M. So he's beyond the 6-figure felon now. And he just cleared it up on No Jumper, as I covered in my previous video. I wouldn't be doing this ish if I wasn't getting a bag. You know, there's a message behind everything. You know, like as 1090 gets hit with a lot of different tags, like fluck him, why is he in everyone's business? You know, he's a culture vulture, this, that, and the third. He's like, listen, when I was doing prison videos, there was a message behind that. This is what happened when me being 1090J and other individuals that he did time with or knew personally or whatever the case may be did, and then went to prison for it and learned these horrific life lessons. This ain't cool. This is what really comes with this ish. Don't go down that road and think that this is some trending cool thing. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is, man. This blogosphere has individuals flucked up thinking that they can just be whatever, you know, like research a topic. And then, like, for instance, that we're going to get into in just one moment, the next segment, with all this gang ish. There's all this gang stuff all over the blogosphere. Suburban kids, or just not even just strictly suburban kids who are just wannabes, want to live that lifestyle because they think it's cool because it's being pitched that way in the blogosphere. You know, do a deep dive on gang culture and start, air quotes, banging sets or claiming sets. And some of them really get caught up to the point that they believe this ish. It's absolutely bonkers what's going on out here. And 1090J cleared that up. I'll share that link below. He cleared that up and let the people know that's why I do this. There's still a message behind this. These rappers that, you know, not all these rappers, but a lot of these rappers that motherfuckers want to be like and think are the biggest G's and all that. Told, you know, so don't go putting yourself in a predicament where you're going to go do a prison bid and all that. And a lot of these cats are telling their way out. So when you add it all up, you know, with Kodak, comment and let me know what you guys think of that whole timeline turn of events. Kodak Black shouting out 1090J and giving him his blessing, you know, with what he's doing, telling him continue on, carry on, get your bag, expose all the fluck dudes out here. Then Kodak collaborating with a snitch 6IX9INE, but dissing him on the track and getting to the bag and telling everyone that's what it is. And 1090J clearing it up. Once again, a couple links will be pinned below. Go tap into those. 1090 clearing it up, why he does what he does. There's a message, right? Remember, message, pay attention. So comment what's your thoughts on all that. And then last up on this one, this other segment, we got to segue over into speaking of how all this gang-ish is all over the blogosphere, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. You know, the streets were always just for the streets. Then maybe certain things made their way to the blogosphere and to the internet. Now it's just all over the place, right? And one of these situations that we've been seeing playing out for everyone to see is all this ish with Cowboy, 600, C-Mac, just everyone. It's all crazy. That's like every day there's a new update. Oh, this dude can't really go from here. He's not really from this section. Then the dude might be going to that section on live, you know. Then motherfuckers is like, yo, this dude's the police. It's just all crazy. It's all bonkers. Well, speaking of Cowboy, right? And again, 100% got to make it clear, J Coffee Talk is a square, right? We just talking about these topics, right? And just as I stated, you know, with all this being put out there so heavily for individuals to say, yo, why is motherfuckers talking about this? Why is it all over the blogosphere? Why is it all over the trending topics like it's some mainstream-ish? You know what I mean? But with Cowboy and the fact that he testified, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, you know, regarding Nip's death and all that, you know, there's been a lot of people saying, yo, he's a rat. Then some people say, yo, fuck all those street codes. He did what he did. He did what he did as a man. You know, Nip was trying to evolve past the typical gang-ish and bring individuals together and change the culture and change the streets and change the West Coast and all that. You know, he got killed by a rat, which, for the record, there's never, from my understanding, comment if I'm wrong, there's never been any like paperwork or anything that came out to cement the fact that Eric Holder was a snitch. I'm not saying anything more or anything less than that. You know, just that narrative as to what happened on that day. I've just never seen anything to confirm it. You know, if I'm bugging, comment, tap in, you know, fill me in. As always, with anything we talk about on this channel, you know, that's what J Coffee Talk is all about. If you're new, talking with y'all, the people, you know what I'm saying? I don't claim to be no expert or nothing like that. I'm just tapping into these convos and wanting to hear from other individuals, you know, chopping it up, coffee talking it up. But with all that being said, and comment your thoughts on all that. On this, another link that's going to be shared is this clip where Spider Loke was doing the Facts Over Feelings podcast, and he's got this OG that he's interviewing who just did like 30 years. And he said, what would happen up top in prison if Cowboy went to prison? You know, would he have to get dealt with? You know, like, because aside from all this, what we're talking about with all these different debates and discussions and whatnot, he was saying when it comes to the politics in prison, it is what it is. There is no exceptions. And he was just more or less saying to the OG, again, I'm going to pin the link below. You could check it out. Like, would the car that, or, you know, the clique that he runs with, would they be forced to deal with him because he testified? Or if he didn't, like, someone else would deal with him. How quick would that happen? What would that be like? And the OG basically said immediately. You know what I mean? So it's like, with all this in mind, everything that we're seeing via the streets cross over into the blogosphere and just all these different ways that society and just different elements of society, from hip hop to the streets and in other situations as well, totally unrelated to what we're speaking about here, just in many different, you know, situations. The internet is changing life. It's changing society. It's crazy if you really think about it. You know, SPI and this guy were talking, and they were basically saying prison, when it comes to prison, none of that matters. The politics are still going to be the same, and Cowboy would be no good. And, you know, he would have an issue immediately. So links pinned below again. 2 of them. Go check those videos out. Tap in. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all this. Thanks for watching. Sub up and stay tuned for more. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.